Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lee Kay, and I wanted to show you guys my first sewing project. I really love Netflix's End of the Effing World, and I've cosplayed Alyssa a few times, but I was really inspired to make her wedding dress once Season 2 came out. So naturally, because I didn't have money to go and buy a fancy wedding dress, I decided to make it and thrift it. I took the top of this dress and the bottom of this dress, and miraculously made this. So I started off by cutting the lace off the top of the dress and the weird little bedazzled belt. And I pinned the skirt, and I had to hand sew this part because I was frustrated with my sewing machine at this point, but it was still really big on me and really long. Once I measured out how much I had to take off, which was actually around like 7 inches, I had to actually start sewing. It was a very scary experience. The bobbin wasn't wound tight enough, so it kept getting stuck, and I did actually manage to sew it, but then it was all wonky and messed up, so I decided to recruit my dad to help me straighten everything out. But once I got the hem all pinned, I said a prayer and actually successfully started sewing. It was a very exciting moment for me, as well as a pretty stressful one. But in the end, I managed. So now that the whole skirt was hemmed, and I could actually see my feet when I wore it, the only thing I had to do was alter it in the back. I took about a ½ inch on each side of the zipper and ended up hand sewing that. It is very fun to work with the sewing machine, but it's also really rewarding to sew by hand. So now that I could finally wear this without holding it up and finally being able to see my feet, it was time to add the tulle. On the sides of the dress had this really thick and beautiful lace that I didn't want to take apart, so I just decided to cover it up with tulle. I measured my waist and used this big roll of tulle that I got at Hobby Lobby for around $10 and started cutting all of it. There is my cat who thought this whole thing was a game. So I measured it out to the length of the skirt and doubled it so I could tie it around the ribbon at the end. So once I had gathered all the tulle in a big old bunch, it was time to start tying it to the ribbon. I didn't want the dress to be too poofy, so I kind of used it sparingly and really spread it out. But I didn't like the way that the ribbon looked compared to the dress, because the dresses were more a cream, almost off-white, while the ribbon was very bright white. So I decided to make a small belt. I used the extra 7 inches that I had taken off the bottom of the skirt. There's my cat Little and Bean, who wanted to help me. So after hemming an entire skirt, I was really excited to sew this tiny little belt together. And I was very confident until my sewing machine started acting stupid again. But I didn't give up and ended up sewing it. And this is what the finished product looked like. I just tied the belt around the ribbon so it would look more seamless, and I was really proud of how it turned out. So thank you so much for following me on this very interesting journey of me and my first sewing project. I know there'll be more to come eventually, but this was a really good start for being a very, very, very basic beginner. Remember to follow my TikTok at cosplaykid1997 to see all my Alyssa videos. And don't forget to subscribe and like and comment, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much.